information from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Teammates. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
Thursday night is softball night on News Channel Nebraska as a pair of 6-3 foes from southeast Nebraska begin to go at it here in Beatrice. Ashland-Greenwood and the Lady Orange, the defending state champion Lady Orange, ready to go at it here at Hannibal Park. My name is Jake Bartecki. Alongside me here, just to the right of the Lady Orange dugout on the third base side, is Tim Hennig. Tim, appreciate you being here. This is an interesting matchup. You know, we talk a lot about consistency with the Lady Orange. They had consistently made the state tournament year after year after year. Last year, they finally get it done. Ashland-Greenwood consistently right on the bubble of making the state tournament. They did it last year again. So a couple of teams that know softball here well tonight.
I think this is shaping up to be a fantastic matchup, Jake. Like you said, a pair of 6-3 teams, a pair of teams that have made appearances in the softball state tournament, an absolute staple over the last couple of seasons. They've both been among the final teams standing the last couple of years. They both believe they have the pedigree and the talent to do that again here in 2025. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I think legitimately this has the makings of a really, really good game.
Yeah, I agree. Beatrice comes in off a 6-4 win over Wahoo on Tuesday. Ashland-Greenwood's won 3 in a row. They were 14-1 winners over Arlington their last time out. When you look at this matchup, you see one team that, as we talked about with Beatrice, won the state tournament a year ago, trying to solidify themselves as a yearly championship contender. Ashland-Greenwood's trying to join that conversation as well, but they're probably a few years away. What can they learn about playing a team like Beatrice here tonight?
I think, you know, you'll look across the diamond and you'll see programs that are very similar in that sense. But to your point, Ashland-Greenwood is trying to join this rarefied air that Beatrice has found itself in. State champions 2 years ago, 2 wins away from doing that again this past year. So AG is looking at Beatrice saying, these guys are trying to set that standard. We're trying to join that standard as well. Their key word this year has been elevate, try to elevate themselves into that tier that Beatrice is in.
Let's take a look at our school spotlight, brought to you in part by Medica. We'll start with the visitors tonight, the Blue Jays of Ashland-Greenwood. This is a Trailblazer Conference matchup as well. Don't want to leave out that key detail. 248th the enrollment at AG, and they are in the 2nd NSAA district. So there's a look at Ashland-Greenwood. Now to the home team tonight, the Beatrice Lady Orange, also known as the Orangemen on boys sports. As we talked about, Trailblazer Conference team, just under 500 for the enrollment, and they are in the 1st NSAA district. Tim, before we wrap up our pregame show, brought to you in part by Custom Sports, let's talk about the pitching matchup tonight. Yeah. Kerrigan Hendricks, she's a junior, but it's her 2nd year in the program for Beatrice. She's been strong and solid, 2-1 with a 3.55 ERA in 7 appearances. Her counterpart in the circle, Sophia Dill, 3-1, .32 ERA. She has been dominant.
Yeah, her numbers this season, Sophia Dill, are absolutely insane. They jump off the page at you. So I was really hoping we would get to see her tonight. She did not pitch in their short game on Tuesday, so I figured that would line up Dill to pitch tonight against a really good Beatrice team, and that's the matchup we're going to get. She's been sensational this year. 1 earned run allowed in 22 innings pitched and 49 strikeouts against 3 walks. The line this year for Dill. She's been tremendous, and we know that Hendricks has been a reliable force for Beatrice, both offensively and in the circle. She will look to be a stabilizing force for the Lady Orange tonight against a really solid team.
Tough matchup for the Lady Orange, but we'll see if they are up to the task. When we come back, starting lineups and first pitch here from Hannibal Park, the Lady Orange and the Blue Jays are the team. News Channel Nebraska is the place. You're watching softball on NCN.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom. pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
It's Schaefer's Labor Day Savings Event. Take advantage of store-wide savings, interest-free financing, and special Labor Day cashback rebates. Don't turn up the TV, turn down the dishwasher with a new Quiet KitchenAid. Super cleaning performance and features make KitchenAid stand out. And at Schaefer's, save $400 on this 3-rack stainless dishwasher and get free local installation. Hurry in for the Labor Day Savings Event going on now at Schaefer's, 48th and R. Lincoln.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Plumbing needs attention? Trust the experts at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. No matter the size of the job, John Henry's brings extensive expertise to handle everything your home's plumbing system requires. So whether your drain is clogged, your water heater needs an upgrade, or you want to remodel your kitchen or bathroom, we're here for you. Reach out to us today and discover why, since 1996, we've proudly served families as the most reliable plumbing company in the Lincoln area. John Henry's, our family serving yours since 1996.
Back at Hannibal Park in Beatrice, Nebraska, Ashland-Greenwood and the Lady Orange ready to tee it up here on a Thursday night on News Channel Nebraska. Great to have you with us. Once again, my name is Jake Bartecki. He is Tim Hackett. And there you see her in the circle. Kerrigan Hendricks is getting ready to go as she makes her 6th appearance of the season. Tim, we talked about her numbers, 2-1, 3.55 ERA, 24 strikeouts, a dozen walks. What does she bring to the table?
Well, she's going to be a stabilizing force for this Beatrice team, and she's fresh off an excellent appearance in relief. I wasn't sure if we would see her or Jada Berkey to start this game, Jake, but Beatrice electing to go with Hendricks to try to give them a quality start after she came in relief of Layla Boyko on Tuesday, and she was excellent, over 4+, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts to help the Lady Orange rally for that win. So she's going to be a stabilizing force out there, knows how to pitch, can handle the zone, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do against a Ashland-Greenwood team that is pretty top-heavy. They have a couple of excellent hitters, possibly the 2 best hitters on this field tonight. I'm curious to see what the rest of the lineup can do around them. But again, this Blue Jay roster, pretty top-heavy.
And the first pitch on its way to sophomore Paisley Strope. The second baseman is taken for a strike on the inner corner. Carlos Sandoval behind the plate tonight for Ashland-Greenwood. The 0-1 from Hendricks doubles up on the fastball, and she gets ahead 0-2.
He will give up some hits, Hendricks, about a hit per inning exactly, but as Jake said, also adept at the strikeout, about 1 of those per inning as well.
Strode batting .250, 4 driven in, couple of doubles on the 9-game season thus far for the Blue Jays. Morgan Zano keeps her in that leadoff spot. She also has some speed, Tim. I mean, she can run the bases pretty well. She does have 2 stolen bases on the season, which is a lot for a team that doesn't get too aggressive on the base paths.
And if you can find a table setter in front of these next 3 hitters, which we'll talk about, it's a critical part of the operation for Ashland-Greenwood. My big question is, can they find enough offense around their centerpieces? But if they can get a table setter ahead of these centerpieces, also a key point.
From 0-2 to 2-2, as Strode is able to lay that one off. Top of the order, Strode, Milburn, and Reese Fisher for Morgan Zano and the Blue Jays, and Milburn, who stands on deck, batting .542 on the young season.
Those are definitely the 2 names to watch for and listen for tonight. 2 and 3 in the order for Ashland-Greenwood, and no insult intended to everybody else, but I mean, you're looking at 2 of the state's leaders in home runs, 2 of the class's leaders in slugging. These are 2 players that can do it all.
Kerrigan Hendricks looking to set down the leadoff hitter, and she'll do that for now. The throw down to first in time, and the first strikeout of the night comes the first batter of the night as well, and there's 1 gone here in the first.
Hendricks attacking below the zone, not afraid to waste pitches once she went ahead 0-2 on Strode. Got 1 or 2 fouls, but again, was happy to miss below the zone and get that chase for the strikeout.
Ellie Milburn, one of the most dangerous hitters in the state. First pitch swinging, and Carlson puts it away, and that's a big second out after the strikeout, and there's quickly 2 gone.
No kidding. I don't imagine it's very often that Ellie Milburn is retired on 1 pitch, especially a sawed-off fly pop out in foul territory near the first baseman. That is a big get, even in just his first inning for Hendricks and Beatrice.
Brings up Reese Fisher, the third baseman, takes a first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0.
That doesn't get a whole lot easier. We'll talk a lot about these 2 hitters over the course of the night, I'm sure. But this 1-2 punch with Milburn and Fisher, or perhaps Fisher and Milburn, depending on what part of the, depending on who you're asking. But regardless of who's the 1 and who's the 2, these 2 are a tremendous force. Not surprised to see them hit back to back in the order. It's 2 and 3 in the lineup. Morgan Zano knows that these are her 2 most reliable options and have been for a long time.
2 away here in the first. Fisher, 481, 16 driven in, 4 homers on the season as well. That ties Milburn in that category. This one outside as well, and it's 2-1.
They have the ability to do it all, and they can hit for average, they can hit for power. 2 true complete hitters.
Hendricks on 2-1. Gobbled up by Schmizo, over to Carlson, and 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays here in the top of the first. Clean inning for Kerrigan Hendricks. The Lady Orange due up to bat. Templemeyer, Gleason, Harith coming up on NCN.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Welcome back to Hannibal Park. No damage done. 1-2-3 went the Blue Jays in the top of the first. And let's now talk about that girl right there, Sophia Dill. 3-1 on the season, a .32 ERA. 5 appearances with 49 strikeouts and 5 walks. Tim, almost 10 strikeouts and outing.
Again, every single one of Sophia Dill's numbers are just extremely impressive. She's got the results to back it up as well. So I'm very excited to get to see her in action tonight against a really quality team. AG has faced a number of good teams already this year, but Beatrice certainly among the best. So let's see what she can do.
Top-ranked defending state champion Lady O, and this is the hero of that state championship game at the plate in the form of Tatum Templemeyer. Remember, she had 3 home runs in one game, including 9 RBIs in that state tournament opener.
That's insane.
And, of course, the walk-off base hit as she fouls that one off to make it 2-1. She had a pretty good state tournament.
Yeah, even if you go through the rest of the tournament with 0 hits, just those 2 games alone on your resume, that's a pretty strong starting point.
Our first inning on News Channel Nebraska brought to you in part by John Henry's, our family serving yours. That evens the count at 2 apiece. So a long at-bat between Kerrigan Hendricks and Paisley Strode in the first at-bat of the ballgame in the top half of the inning. Shaping up the same way here until right now. Templemeyer chases some high heat and goes down for a strikeout.
Dill attacks with the rise ball on 2 strikes. Templemeyer trying to follow her up in the zone, but ends up too tall for Tatum to climb up and find. Good put-away pitch by Dill, trying to get a leadoff hitter to elevate her eyes and elevate her bat. Not able to do so.
Both starting pitchers began their ledger with a strikeout, and it brings up Brooke Gleason, and the first pitch to Brooke is up and out, 1-0.
I think this Beatrice lineup, on paper at least, Jake, they're more complete than Ashland-Greenwood is, top to bottom. But there's 1 or 2 positions that, in the lineup, that are still, I think, up for grabs at this point in the year. But Coach Lytle has 7 or 8 really solid, consistent options that he's been able to deploy in different positions.
And Brooke Gleason's been one of them, been one of those middle infielders since she's arrived. Gleason batting .281 on the year, 5 driven in, 4 doubles, and a homer. 2-1 from Sophia Dill. This one fouled off into the netting, and that evens it up on 2-2. That was the count where she set down Tatum Templemeyer. Did that with a rise ball, Tim. Do we see another one here?
Yeah, that's kind of what she went with in that last pitch against Gleason. She was able to reach up and get the pitch off at the top of the zone. See if she attacks away here.
This one is ripped down to third base and squeezed by Reese Fisher for the out, and there's quickly 2 gone.
Well, it said she attacked inside against the right-handed hitter, and Gleason turned around on it, was ready for a pitch in on the hands. Decent exit velo on it, if you will, Jake, but right at Reese Fisher, positioned well, sure-handed. for the snag.
And that brings up Sadie Harris, the catcher for the Lady Orange. First pitch on its way, and that one is taken for a strike. 0-1. Harris, the senior, batting .542. Nice start to the season for her. 4 homers, 5 doubles, 8 driven in, 13 base knocks as well.
I was going to say, I think she's probably the headliner of this team so far this year.
This one swung out high and deep at the track, at the wall, and Sadie Harris starts the night with a long one, her 5th home run of the season, and it's 1-0, Lady Oak.
Well, another star turn for the headliner so far this year. He's flashed some power that not a lot of other players in this part of the state have, and just rockets that one out to right center. Got a pitch in the wheelhouse, and the lefty kept that in her swing path and takes it right out of here. Great swing.
Now, was that a mistake by Dill, or was it a good piece of hitting by Harris, or a little bit of both?
I didn't get a good look at where the pitch ended up in the zone, so I don't have a great answer for you on that. But just watching the swing path of Sadie Harris, and this is my first time getting to see her in person. Again, stats are obvious. Power numbers are great for her. I was excited to see what she could do actually in person and prove what she can do very early on.
Here's Callie Schwiezo, who stands in after the 5th home run of the season for Sadie Harris, and she takes a first pitch strike, 0-1.
And again, we'll underscore this a lot, Jake, but Dill, 1 earned run allowed prior to tonight. This season, make it 2 on 1 swing.
It's amazing how the stats can change when you're playing well.
Yeah, and both teams, these teams both know they've got a great foe on the other side, so you can't get bogged down if you make a mistake or somebody on the other side just beats you, which is what happened there. So if you're Dill and Ashland-Greenwood, okay, give up a long ball. Doesn't happen very often for her this year. And just strap it back in and attack, which, again, not easy to do because top to bottom, Beatrice is a really solid lineup.
She's ahead in the count here against Callie Schwiezo, 1-2. The pitch on its way. And that evens things up at 2 apiece.
I was about to say before, Harris interrupted us with the home run. She's the headliner this year, I think is fair to say, with the power numbers. But Beatrice has received so many good contributions, timely contributions from a lot of other players.
This a ground ball hit towards shortstop, gathered up by Milburn, but she's unable to turn and throw, and it's going to go down as an infield single for Callie Schwiezo to continue the inning.
Well, rolled perfectly into no man's land. Nicely reached by Milburn. Had to go into the splits and field it by her right foot. So well done by her for preventing it from rolling in the outfield grass. If it does, I think there's a chance Schwiezo tries for 2, but Milburn's able to hold it in front of her and keep Schwiezo to a single with 2 outs.
Jada Berkey grounds this one towards shortstop. Milburn clean with this one. She throws on to first, and that ends the inning. But not before a long one by Sadie Harris with 2 gone in the frame puts Beatrice ahead 1-0. Look out in the right field bleachers. Sadie Harris sending something that way.
Everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
There's Kerrigan Henricks. Sadie Harris giving her a 1-run advantage after a home run in the bottom of the first. Welcome back to Hannibal Park. 1-0 in favor of the defending state champion, Lady O. And it brings up Sophia Dill, Alexis Haase, and Ava Egger here in the top of the second. Henricks, first pitch of the frame. Dill pops this one foul, and it's 0-1.
starts her off with a pitch in on the hands. I always love this, especially in softball and largely in high school softball, Jake, but almost exclusively you're going to get pitchers that hit for themselves. So we're going to see pitcher face pitcher multiple times tonight, especially after Dill gave up the early home run. I'm sure she'll be extra motivated on the offensive side of the equation as well. Try to help her own cause.
Takes a pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. The lineup for Ashland-Greenwood, it's Paisley Strode, Ellie Milburn, Reese Fisher at the top of the order. 4, 5, and 6, Dill, which is where we're at right now, batting 4th. Alexis Haase batting 5th. Ava Egger 6th, 7, 8, 9. Ellie and Gracie Hoffmeister, and then J.C. Downing rounds out the batting order in 9th. The flex playing first base is Leela Novotny in the 10 spot there. Henricks on 2 and 1. This one's hit well on a line into the right center field fence on a hop. Dill has 2, and she'll stop there with a leadoff double to start the second inning.
Yeah, it sounded great off the bat. Smoked by Dill to right center field. And we mentioned the two, I think, featured players, safe to say, for AG, or Milburn and Fisher, but Dill is no slouch herself. It's a pitch on the outer part of the plate and up, and follows it high to the right field fence. A good piece of hitting, great contact for extra bases.
For Dill, that is her 5th extra base hit of the season, 3rd double, and Ashland-Greenwood quickly with a runner in scoring position to start the inning.
And we said maybe she's motivated. As the starting pitcher, hasn't given up hardly anything as the pitcher this year for the Blue Jays. Look up and say, all right, we're down 1-0. Can I help my team in this phase of the game? You have this unique ability to when you're the pitcher that hits.
And this one hit on a line to right field. A nice play by Haley Loomis. She turns and throws across her body. And back safely is Dill, but a nice piece of defense by Loomis in right field on a hard hit ball.
Well, I was just congratulating Dill, but honestly, I think this was a mistake that she made here. She was caught in no man's land. Her first reaction was to go back to the bag, which was the correct one, but then she started to take off for third once it looked to me like it was going to be more clear that Loomis would have a play in right. And once she did that, she had to hustle to get back to second, which you saw on the replay, to prevent being doubled off. So had she gone back to the bag initially, she would have had a chance to get to third, test the arm in right field. But again, her first reaction was to advance to third, and once the ball was caught, she had to quickly hustle back.
And Loomis has a good arm, so it might have been a close play over at third.
Yeah, so you know better than me. I'm not sure if it's a smart move to test, but that's a pretty far throw, even coming in towards the alley in right center. You're reaching down to make that catch. Maybe you're a little bit off balance if you're in right field, but would have at least made her think about it. But instead, the throw went back to second, and Dill was at risk of being doubled off. So well done to prevent that, to avoid that, but I'm not sure that was the exact right read off the bat.
Egger at the plate here, 2 balls, 1 strike, 375 on the year for the senior. Designated player tonight for Coach Zano. The pitch. This one fouled off into the netting, and that evens things up at 2-2. The defensive alignment for Beatrice, it's Carlson at first, Gleason at second, Callie Schwieso at short, Tana Antones at third with Harrith behind the plate. The Loomis sisters in left and right, McKenna in left, Haley, who just made that nice play on a line for the out, in right, and then Tatum Templemeyer in center, and of course Henricks in the circle, and she gets her second strikeout in the second inning for out number 2.
You see a swing like that, you know a hitter was fooled. Egger kind of caught between a couple of things there, and it was not with the velocity that we'll always see from Henricks. Just tied her up a little bit on 2 strikes, not ready for that pitch in that location, and not really even a half swing, and she'll have to go back to the dugout and think about it a little bit.
Henricks' career high is 9 strikeouts, so not quite on pace for that, but a couple more and she might be.
Well, she just had 6 and 4+ the other night, right? In reliefs.
0-2 the count now to Evie Hoffmeister, the sophomore right fielder. 72 degrees under clear skies. Perfect night for softball.
Beautiful night out here, no doubts.
0-2. Just off the plate, says Carlos Sandoval, but not by much. Of course, we don't have the best angle of the strike zone from near the dugout here at Hannibal Park, but
thinking the
good
same
pitch.
thing. So it looked good from here, but I'm going to trust the guy standing over the plate.
No doubt about that one. Back-to-back strikeouts swinging for Kerrigan Hendricks, and the leadoff double by Sophia Dill does not come to fruition, and the score remains 1-0. We'll head to the bottom half of the second. We're live at Hannibal Park.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Sophia Dill starts off Tana Antones with a striker in the bottom of the second inning, and Beatrice will run through the starting lineup for Gary Lytle's Lady Orange as we go along here in the frame. Tatum Templemeyer's the leadoff hitter in center field. Brooke Gleason bats second and plays second. Sadie Harrith, who hit the home run in the first inning, bats third. She's the catcher. Callie Schwiezo cleans up. She's at short. And Jada Berkey was the final out of the first inning, batting fifth as the designated player. This is Tana Antones batting sixth and playing third. Kerrigan Hendricks is on deck. She's the starting pitcher. Brooklyn Carlson bats eighth and plays first. Haley Loomis is in right field in the 9 spot, and McKenna Loomis is the flex in left field.
Antones rips this one foul as it's now a 1-2 count in the bottom of the second inning, which is brought to you in part by RMV Construction. The second inning is proudly presented by RMV, trusted, local, proven. That's RMV Construction. He's Tim Hackett. I'm Jake Bartecki. 1-0 Lady Orange off the bat of a home run by Sadie Harrith. And this is a dribbler that'll just squeeze through the left side of the infield. Milburn gave it a try, Tim. That's a leadoff single for Tana Antone.
Yeah, and a seeing eye single for Tana Antone. Just rolled it right back up the middle of the pitch. Good effort at shortstop by Milburn, but not a chance for her to get it. Rolled it right past the second base bag. Leadoff hit and second, sort of infield single for Beatrice following that very loud home run.
Pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Yeah. Beatrice batting, Ashland-Greenwood pitching in the form of Hendricks and Dill. And Kerrigan Hendricks lifts one foul right side. Good start to the season for Kerrigan at the plate. 375, 10 couple of homers, including a grand slam. And a couple of doubles as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a bit of a drop ball there. Look from Dill. Interesting. Took something off, missed inside. The way that Gary Lytle has set up this lineup tonight, you've got power in all three phases. You've got some extra base ability in your leadoff spot. Obviously, we know what Harrith can do in the 3 spot, and you've got some power down here in the 7 hole in Kerrigan Hendricks. All three of those players with 2 or more home runs. So that means you've spaced out that power throughout the lineup. It's an interesting approach. I think it's a good one.
2 balls, 1 strike to Kerrigan Hendricks. This one in the dirt, 3-1. Beatrice last weekend, Tim, played in Kansas City. Yeah. The Huskers weren't the only team from Nebraska represented down in KC. Played some good teams, went 2-2. How valuable is playing teams that might not be from the same general region, much less the state?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of benefit to it, especially for a team like this that has aspirations on being one of the best teams in this state and has been for the last couple of years. Get the chance to travel, bond together as a team in that sense, and get out there and see what some other folks are made of. But this sport, I mean, there's so much travel involved with rec league and all different levels of the sport, so that's not a surprise.
This one is way out of here. Kerrigan Hendricks with her third homer of the season. And Beatrice up a trio, 3-0 Lady O here in the second.
This is not what I expected to say, Jake, but Beatrice is teeing off Sophia Dill here tonight. We thought Harris Homer was blasted. Well, we got to come up with a new word for what Kerrigan Hendricks just did, because that ball was destroyed. Got a pitch up in the zone. Again, just rocketed it over the alley in left center field. Absolutely obliterated for a 3-0 lead.
Sometimes patience is all you need. Long at bat. Kerrigan didn't like what she was seeing for a lot of that. Boy, she got under that one.
Well, and she got a pitch to hit. And to your point, she was ahead 3-1 in the counts and fouled off the previous pitch, swinging on 3-1, sent it over the screen, and then does not miss that pitch. And change here for Beatrice as well. He just went through the starting lineup in the
Layla Boyko is going to take a couple swings here.
Interesting.
Concordia commit. Good pitcher for the Lady Orange as well, obviously. Layla, 2-2 on the season. Been a tough start, 9.08 ERA, but we'll see if she's able to iron things out a bit with the bat.
Somebody
here.
wearing a Concordia softball T-shirt. I assume it's one of her family members, but there's
Could
a
be.
lot of NAIA softball representation here. Morgan Dono is a Doan alum, and Reese Fisher's a Midland commit, so pretty much sums it up in terms of softball programs in this part of the state.
They like to be homegrown. The 1-0. Layla, lazy fly ball. That's a fair ball just inside the foul line. It's a base hit. And Beatrice, a 2-run homer and 3 hits to start the second inning.
Definitely not what we expected to see against Dill tonight. The long ball, obviously, but then also bleeding out some good at-bats and some consistent pressure as well. I mean, look, only 1 earned run, as we said, 6 hits allowed prior to tonight. And Beatrice already has 5, and we're not through 2 innings.
First pitch on its way to Haley Loomis. Nice play by her defensively in right field earlier in the top half of this inning, which feels like it was a while ago.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was watching some of the members of the dugout congratulate her as they came off the field for that changeover, more so than just, the standard fist bump. All right, we're done with the half inning, let's move on. A couple of other players made it a point to go to Haley as she was coming in. Obviously, she got the furthest path from right field, so they made it a point to go acknowledge the defensive play that she made.
1-1 low and in to Loomis. 2 balls and a strike.
What do you think about that early pinch hit for Layla Boyko? I mean, it's
interesting. Obviously, it was, I believe, it was Brooklyn Carlson who was supposed to take those hacks, but Layla Boyko not pitching, not fielding tonight. There you go.
It's interesting. We'll have to monitor that, see if she goes out to play first after that. It might mean there's something more for Brooklyn Carlson, or if it's just a straight pinch hit.
Swing and a miss on a 2-2 fastball, and Sophia Dill, after a rough start to the frame, gets her second strikeout and the first out of the inning. But the task doesn't get any easier. Tatum Templemeyer to the plate.
Important for Dill to start to right the ship, get that first out of the inning against the 9-hole hitter, start to recalibrate, and that, like you said, obviously does not get easier with Templemeyer now at the dish. Player with a bit of a flair for the dramatic, as you already outlined, but and a player with some significant power, as I already outlined. So not an easy task for Dill, but an important step for her, getting that first out of the frame, and by a strikeout should help with the confidence.
Well, Templemeyer 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and Beatrice all the momentum right now, and really in a position to take a early stranglehold, even more of one than they currently have here in the second inning.
The hitting's contagious, and multiple players have shown the ability to do something that really, frankly, nobody has been able to do to this point of the year. Yeah, just 9 games in, just 5 appearances for Dill. It's a small sample size, but that sample size is extremely impressive. And so 5 different players have shown they can get hits. 2 players have hit home runs. Everybody else should feel confident about it, too.
1-2 cut on and missed, and they will throw back to the mound here. Pitch was in the dirt, automatic strikeout, and did they call that foul, maybe?
Guess
no,
not.
I didn't think they did.
There wasn't a tag applied by Haase, but first base is occupied, and the runner on first, which is Boyko, never looked like moving off, so I guess to your point, they will just...
Automatic strikeout,
Okay. Don't see that too often.
Second in a row there for Sophia Dill, and there's 2 gone, and it brings up Brooke Gleason.
Quick defensive lineup for Ashland-Greenwood tonight. Outfield left to right, Evie Hoffmeister, J.C. Downing, and Gracie Hoffmeister. Third to first, you've seen these guys already, Reese Fisher, Ellie Milburn, Paisley Strode, and Lila Novotny, with Alexis Haase behind the plate and Ava Egger, the designated player.
1 ball, 1 strike to Gleason. Hit one hard over to Fisher at third in the first, but it was caught on a line for the second out of the inning. Pitch to Brooke. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2.
Beatrice has shown the ability to hit to all fields. Home run to right center and to left center, but when they've kept it on the ground against the righty pitcher, obviously largely right-handed hitters, they pulled it on the right side of the defense, shortstop and third, just like you said with that lineout that Gleason hit into earlier.
1-2 fouled off straight back by Gleason. So far in this inning, a couple of singles and a 2-run homer by Kerrigan Hendricks as this one's lifted foul. A little too far for everybody there. It's 1-2.
It's a tough, and the way that ball ended up, off the bat, I thought that was going to be a sure out, but where it ended up, the catcher Haase was the only player that couldn't see it. You saw the corner infielders collapse. They had no chance of getting there, but unfortunately for AG, the catcher did not realize where it was. Tough play.
1-2, this one lifted foul as well. Once again, the numbers on Brooke Gleason this season: 281, 1 homer, 4 doubles, and 5 driven in.
For me to say, but with Harris waiting on deck, you know what she's already done. That makes this AB even more important for Dill. You don't want to face Harris. She's already gone yard. You don't want to face her with 2 on.
2-2 the count. And again, Sophia Dill, just 1 earned run allowed this season with a .32 ERA. This is her 6th appearance of the season. She did pick up her 50th strikeout of the year to start the ball game, but it has not been the night she's hoped for so far. A lot of time left, though.
And you asked earlier, and this will be a running theme for us tonight, but what can you learn in a game like this? Okay, you've dominated everybody that you faced through 5 appearances if you're Dill, and so far, again, very early, just in the second inning, but you've run into a little bit of traffic, so this will be an opportunity for her to learn.
A 3-2, Layla Boyko made her way down to second, and she'll get there safely.
No one knew what the count was. I mean, Boyko was walking from first to second.
Yeah.
She thought that was ball 4. And then neither of the middle infielders for AG collapsed on second base to
Gary
get ready
Lytle's
for a
just having
potential
a smile
throw.
about it over at third base.
Okay, so you get a free steal, I guess.
Well, then she realizes it won't matter. 3 straight strikeouts after the home run and a couple of base knocks, and Beatrice is shut down, but a crooked number goes up on the board. Kerrigan Hendricks goes deep for the 3rd time this season, and it's a 3-0 Lady O lead after 2.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Three runs on 3 hits, no errors for Beatrice. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Ashland-Greenwood. Celebrate all you want, Kerrigan Hendricks. You hit a home run like that, point to the sky, flip the bat. I'm okay with that. You got a 3-0 lead, and you're on the mound in full control.
Yeah, we talked about helping your own cause if you're Sophia Dill for AG, but, I mean, no better way to help your own cause if you're the starting pitcher like Kerrigan Hendricks. Go deep for yourself. You just saw your teammate Harris with a solo shot in the previous inning. You come up with a runner on, absolute no doubter to left center. Yeah, that'll help. That'll make you feel better as a pitcher. Give yourself some insurance.
She's got 3 strikeouts to her ledger as well. Only mistake she's made, pinging that one fastball to Sophia Dill that led to a leadoff double, but smooth the rest of that second inning.
No doubt.
It's Gracie Hoffmeister to start us here in the third, and she gets behind 1 and 2. Hoffmeister, J.C. Downing, and then Paisley Strode due up for Ashland-Greenwood. Strode brings us back to the top of the order. Called strike 3. First strikeout looking tonight for Kerrigan Hendricks. Make it 3 in a row, 4 on the night.
Hoffmeister looked a little bit out of sorts, I would say, in that AB. And Hendricks able to dot the inside corner.
I think she might have recognized that as well.
She knew that. She knew that was strike 3. So, I mean, it's just your first AB. So, you know, back to your question. Constant learning experience. You expect that you might have an opportunity to face Hendricks again tonight, maybe down the line, who knows, but you're hoping for at least another AB tonight, so take that into your next one.
Downing a little early on that one, and she grounds it to Schwiezo for out number 2.
A good hustle out of the box. Lefty and the 9 spot center fielder for the Blue Jays able to fly out of there on that grounder and forced a quick play at short by Callie Schwiezo, and you get a good look at the replay. I mean, it was clearly on line. Great field, great throw, but great hustle by Downing. She very nearly beat it.
Back to the top of the order here, Paisley Strode, the sophomore, 0 for 1. She's the first of 4 strikeout victims through 2 2/3 for Kerrigan Hendricks.
And even if Beatrice didn't know that going in about Downing, now if she comes up again, puts it on the ground again, it's going to increase the awareness by the Beatrice defense. They know that if there's just that little slip up, then she might be able to leg something else.
That's one thing Beatrice has been really strong with this season. Just 4 errors through 9 games, which obviously might sound like a lot, but sometimes that softball, it's a pretty good number.
Oh, I agree.
The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kerrigan Hendricks on cruise control through 3 innings with her 5th strikeout of the night, and it ends the top of the third. We'll head to the bottom half on NCN.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Sun beginning to set here in Beatrice, 3-0 in favor of the Lady Orange as we begin the bottom half of the third inning, which is brought to you in part by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of your pain, not just the symptoms. Well, coming into tonight's game, Sophia Dill had allowed just 1 earned run this season. She's allowed 3 here through 2 innings. She gets ahead of Sadie Harris here with a strike, 0-1. He's Tim Hackett. I'm Jake Bartecki. Been an interesting game to this point, my friend.
Sure has. I was really looking forward to it this week, Jake. You know, 2 teams 6-3, a lot of state tournament appearances the last couple of years. State championship 2 years ago for AG, state championship last year for Beatrice. You don't get a lot better pedigree in this part of the state in this sport, so Frankly, I was expecting a really, really good game and excited to be here with you to see it.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Sadie Harris. Of course, she started the night out for Beatrice with that home run to right in the first. That's 1 of 5 base knocks tonight for the Lady Orange. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Beatrice. No runs on 1 hit, a Sophia Dill double in the second. Clean on the diamond defensively for AG as well.
Dill started off this AB with a drop ball. So Harris coming up thinking she might get something to hit. First pitch, heat after her home run. Dill said not so fast. Changed the bat speed for Harris, and it's made her think this AB.
Harris takes one off the plate and gets ahead 3-2. Haven't seen a full count in quite a while, Tim. The last time we did was the Kerrigan-Hendricks home run in the second. Sadie Harris gone deep once already tonight, and she lines this one back up the middle. Tough play for the second baseman, and Strode will have no play, and it's an infield single, second of the game for the Lady Orange.
That hurts if you're the pitcher, Dill, almost literally, because that comebacker got a piece of her. You had her tied up, like we said. Harris had to think that entire AB. She was not given the same pitches in the same order, and she only saw a couple in that first AB, but she had to think about that one compared to her first one, and kind of sawed her off with that pitch high and outside of the zone, which actually was in a similar place to where she hit the home run, and just lined it right back up the middle. Dill thought, all right, soft contact, I can get a heavy hitter out of here, but not to be. He's placed it up the middle enough for a base hit.
It's Miley Loomis, courtesy running for the catcher Harith over at first base as Callie Schwiezo stands in. She also had an infield single, and there goes Miley Loomis for second. Close play, and they got her.
Wow. Nicely done by Alexis Haase, and then finished off at second base. Ready for a courtesy runner to be aggressive. That was clearly the MO for Beatrice. Looking at the replay.
Clear as day.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's definitely out.
So 1 gone after the infield single. The pitch to Callie Schwiezo, and she takes a strike and quickly is behind 0-2. And all of a sudden, the momentum, the confidence might shift to Sophia Dill here in this bottom of the third.
Yeah, you got to feel good about that. Again, you're frustrated if you're the pitcher giving up a hit like that. Again, you keep Harris in the ballpark. That's not a loss.
Here's Schwiezo, skies this one to left. This is back deep and off the glove and dropped by Evie Hoffmeister. Schwiezo has 2. She'll head for 3, and she's there on the air in left by Hoffmeister.
Stand up at third base as well. Great read by Schwiezo out of the box. I mean, that's tailing away from the left fielder, but this is a ball that should be caught, even with it being tailing away. Again, great read by Schwiezo. Had eyes on third base once she saw that the ball was not going to be caught. Nice heads-up base running.
That's why you never give up on the play. Jada Berkey takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. The designated player, a ground out to shortstop in the first.
Three-base error. Could be very costly.
Pitch on its way. This one hit pretty well. It's on the left field line, but foul on the line, and it's 0-2.
And to your point, how large does that caught steal loom now?
Yeah.
Everything else plays out the same way. Beatrice has another run.
0-2 the count to Jada Berkey. The pitch. This one popped up first base side, and that one reaches the seats.
You want to steal outs anywhere you can. I was saying before, that ball was put in play by Schwiezo. If you're the pitcher feeling a little bit frustrated, it's not going to tank your day by any means, but you get soft contact against a power hitter and think, all right, this is the first out of the inning. It wasn't because of where the ball was placed off the bat by Herrick. And then your catcher does you a favor, helps you out. Second baseman with the finish on the other side. So great work by the Blue Jay defense to get the out for Dill that she thought she had off the bat.
Right.
So now you're feeling good. You got bases empty, 1 out. And then all of a sudden, now you've got a runner on third a couple of pitches later. So, again, you got to strap back in and attack a couple of solid hitters.
Pitch to Jada Berkey. This one fouled off. Straight back. Barely got a piece of it. And Berkey 0 for 1 on the day. The juniors' numbers this season are good. Batting .400, 4 doubles, 6 RBIs coming into the game tonight.
And one of those solid hitters over the course of the year for Beatrice. One of many.
0-2. Berkey, lazy blooper towards center, and that drops in front of Downing to score the run. So the costly error by Hoffmeister in left does impact the score, 4-0 Lady O.
And that is the type of sequence that will frustrate you as a pitcher. Sometimes there was no doubt about those 2 home runs that Beatrice hit. So if you're a pitcher, you give up a ball like that, okay, you understand what's going to happen. But this inning for Dill and for Ashland-Greenwood, that is going to be frustrating, because that was a soft flare shot out to center field. No chance for Downing to get to it. I'm not suggesting there was. Placed perfectly by Jada Berkey. But you get soft contact like that, relatively soft contact by Herod, a ball to left field that you need to see caught. This is a frustrating inning if you're a pitcher.
And now a pitch in the dirt as McKenna Loomis, who's into courtesy run, will easily slide into second there on the wild pitch. And it's a 1-0 count to Tana Antones, who's already reached base once tonight with a single in the second.
I think you get a glimpse at that. I mean, the ball rolled out of the hands of Dill, rolled up the third base line. That's more like it.
Liner into right, and this one out of the hands of Gracie Hoffmeister in right. And that puts runners on first and third with 1 away. My goodness, Ashland-Greenwood can't get out of their own way right now.
That was a much tougher play. Low liner between the knees of the right fielder coming in for it. Get a better look at it. It's off the end of her glove. This is a time where I'm glad I'm not an official scorer anymore, Jake. I think I lean towards hit on that one, but either way, if you're a pitcher, you want to see that ball caught. So it's up to you now to help your defense, because if you're Ashland-Greenwood, you think we could be out of this inning by now.
Brings up Kerrigan Henricks, 1 for 1 tonight with a 2-run homer back in the second.
Jones just took second base,
yes,
by the way.
She did. Stolen base there. Layla Boyko is on deck for the Lady Orange as well, so notable.
Carlson came back in to play first base the previous half inning. I don't think I said that out loud, so It's just an offense-defense change here, which is interesting. First base is open now, Jake, because of that almost indifference from Ashland-Greenwood. So pitch around Hendricks here?
Well, they're not going to get the opportunity because Henricks rips one into the corner and left. This is going to score a pair. No tag. Kerrigan Henricks, a 4 RBI night. Oh, by the way, through 3 innings, she's got 5 strikeouts.
Ripped up the left field line into shallow left field. Another great piece of hitting by Kerrigan Hendricks. The pitch almost tied her up a little bit. It wasn't as high in the zone as I thought. Rolled in on the hands, and she had to turn around to lace it up the left field line. Very nicely placed. We're going to get another look at the, you called it right, Jake. No tag applied by the catcher, Haase. Swung her left hand to try to get the second runner, Antones. I thought she was hosed, not going to lie to you, but the ball then bounced in, and the catcher, Haase, was not able to apply the tag in time. So well called by you. Risk pays off. 2 runs driven in for Hendricks on the, I think it's going to be a single and an advance, but either way, 2 runs driven in on the knock.
That puts a runner on second with 1 away. And we do have a mound visit. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on NCN. 6-0 Lady O. Things are going well in southeast Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer.
More than 80 communities across the state count on Nebraska Public Power District to power their every day. And, like a dependable neighbor, we work tirelessly to make our communities a better place to live. From preparing them for economic growth, to partnering in local events, to educating tomorrow's workforce, we are charged with creating community connections that are just as trusted and reliable as the electricity we provide. NPPD, powering our state, empowering our communities.
Back underway here at Hannibal Park, and through the legs of the third baseman Fisher. That's going to score a run. RBI base hit for Layla Boyko. Krause, the courtesy runner, scores, and it's 7-0 Lady Orange.
Hot shot off the bat of Boyko. She's come off the bench in this game with 2 pinch hit singles. Nice work by her, outer part of the plate. And as we said, Beatrice has worn out the right side of the defense, shortstop, third base, and just yanked that between the wickets of Reese Fisher at third. Brought that glove down, good instinct, but not quick enough to prevent that ball from rolling through, and Boyko's got herself an RBI knock, and this third inning continues to spiral.
This feels like a statement type of performance by Beatrice as the pass ball by Haase allows Boyko to get to third. But, Tim, Beatrice only a 6-4 win against Wahoo. They got the win. They got it done. They didn't have the best of weekends despite good competition in Kansas City. They went 2-2.
Sure.
They're back for a home game. They only have 5 of them this season, taking advantage of it and showing everybody in the state they're still here.
I agree. I mean, this is an impressive performance from Beatrice. Not quite done, obviously, but well on their way against an excellent pitcher and a really, really good team, a veteran team here at Ashland-Greenwood. I mean, you summed it up nicely. This is a statement performance from the Lady Orange so far.
2 balls and a strike to Haley Loomis. Beatrice 2 batters away after Loomis from batting around in this third inning where they've built up a 7-run lead. And Kerrigan Hendricks is on cruise control if you're just joining us on the mound. She's allowed 1 hit, 5 strikeouts through 3 innings of work. Pitch. This one low and away, and it's full now to Haley Loomis. 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight is Haley Loomis.
I said earlier, Dill will be frustrated with the way this inning started, some soft contact, but I think she can do it against these more recent hitters. I mean, loud contact by Hendricks, not quite as loud as her home run, obviously, but well done by her on that hit, and then just a sharp single by Boyko. Nothing you can hang your head about if you're a pitcher on those two.
3-2 on its way. This one popped up. These have been problematic for the Blue Jays, but this one's secured by Milburn at shortstop for out number 2.
Yeah, like you said, just the second out of the inning. And the first one came on that caught steal delivered by Haase, the catcher. So, again, if you're Ashland-Greenwood, you're thinking there's multiple situations where we should be out of this inning. So now it becomes all the more imperative to get yourself out of this inning. Again, 2 balls to left and right could have been caught, maybe should have, you could argue, but they were not. And so now if you're Dill and everybody else, all right, and you have to maximize what you do. It makes all of these EBs even more important. Can't let this spiral even further out of control.
Tatum Templemeyer at the plate here for the Lady Orange. She is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Uncharacteristic night for her, and she's behind 0-2 here in the third.
You know, she's seen what everybody else, literally everybody else in this lineup has done tonight. You know, she's going to want to join the party too.
Right.
It's rare that she's the one left out, right? I mean, she's usually at the center of it all.
Only player with 2 strikeouts in the game right now. She'll have a word with head coach Gary Lytle.
Yeah, I mean, 1 spot in the order, Templemeyer's 0 for 2. 2 spot in the order, Gleason's 0 for 2. 9 spot in the order, Loomis is now 0 for 2. Everybody else has reached at least once, and every spot in the order except Jada Berkey has reached twice. So, I mean, 6 out of 9 in the lineup for Beatrice have done all the damage. They've combined to put up 7 runs. Pretty impressive from only 2/3 of your order.
0-2 the count. This one lifted foul right side once again, and count remains 0-2.
And that's kind of what my point from the start of the night, Jake, is that this team, part of the reason why I think Beatrice is built so well this year is they've got such a consistent lineup. And we're seeing that so far here. A lot of different players have had star turns to help build up this 7-run lead. Hendricks obviously has been a featured player, as you so well pointed out, offensively and defensively. But
ooh, that one might have taken a piece of the face mask off the end of the bat.
Tatum Templemeyer just said, second time I've done that.
Getting used to it now.
I guess so. Never feels better, I'm sure.
There you see it. Right off the lid.
That's using your noggin, right?
All foul pitches in the 6 pitches of the at-bat here, and this one drifting foul as well, but over there to squeeze it before it can reach there is Gracie Hoffmeister, and that ends the inning. Beatrice with a 4 spot in the third, and they lead it 7-0. Full control for the Lady Oak.
When you have the inventory, people want It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an ExactEmerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Welcome back to News Channel Nebraska's coverage of high school softball. First pitch on its way as we work the top of the fourth inning. 7-0 Lady Orange. Kerrigan Hendricks against Ellie Milburn to start things off. And the count 1-0. Pitch. This one lifted short into left field. Squeezed by Callie Schwieso for out number 1.
Just about to say, Jake, this is the part of the order for Ashland-Greenwood. We haven't had a chance to talk about them very much because, as you so well pointed out, Hendricks is in an absolute groove right now. That's 7 in a row retired after the double by Sophia Dill, the only base runner. But you figure if you're the Blue Jays, all right, you've got 2, 3, 4 due in this fourth inning, trailing 7-0. Can't get it all back in this span of these three hitters, but you want to see these three leaders, the three upperclassmen, 3-star players, start to string something together. But again, Dill's the player in the on-deck circle. She's the only player that has reached against Hendricks, and she's not been afraid of these three really great hitters.
0-1 the count. Pitch is upstairs for a ball, and it's 1-1.
Again.
Fisher 0 for 1 tonight. Ground out to shortstop in the first, and she swings through a fastball there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, it took something off. Haven't seen that very much from Hendricks, especially wasn't expecting to see it on a 1-1, but it might set her up to change the eye level and attack Fisher with something upstairs here now that she's got 2 strikes.
Hendricks 1-2. Nope. Popped over to Boyko, who squeezes it over at first for out number 2. Our fourth inning is brought to you in part by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones. Find them all at Sartor Heyman.
And you pointed out well, it is Layla Boyko over at first in this inning.
Yes, it is.
She hit for Gleason twice, or Carlson twice. So she's staying into play first. Good read by her off the bat. Her first defensive assignment of the night. No surprise to see it stay off the dirt as well. And a good read by Boyko. Had to hustle in to get it.
0-1 the count. Hendricks comes set. Fouls this one straight back, and it's 0-2.
Dill smoked that double to lead off the second inning. But again, that's the only base runner that Hendricks has allowed in this game.
To the count from Hendricks, who's looking for her 6th strikeout of the ball game.
That's mine.
This one's coming our way here, Tim. Oh, right behind us, about 2 rows.
I left my glove at home, Jake. Didn't expect I would need it.
I didn't think so either. It's not that often you see him come in the first few rows behind the dugout.
It's a weird trajectory to get to where we're sitting, that's for sure.
0-2 the count. Pitch swung on. This one is way out of here. Sophia Dill with a double in the second and a home run here in the fourth to get the Blue Jays on the board.
No doubt about that one at all. And she's had herself a nice day. Like we said, the narrative, can you help yourself out as a pitcher? Well, instead of that, you look up, you're trailing 7-0. Can you kickstart your team as a hitter? Getting another look at the pitch. Middle of the plate from Hendricks, and a rare mistake from her, and Dill knew it off the bat. Absolutely obliterated to just right of dead center. And yeah, I mean, we mentioned right at the top of the show, Milburn and Fisher have been the two stars for the Blue Jays this year and in the last couple, but Dill is no slouch in her own right, and she has lived up to that tonight. She's been great.
Pitch from Hendricks. This one fouled off right side. 0-1.
So if you're a pitcher in this situation, you've directly contributed, obviously, as a hitter to the 7-0 lead,
Sure.
now 7-1. So you can't let that AB, or really two ABs that have gotten away from you, let the game get away from you. And I've seen enough from Kerrigan Hendricks to believe that she won't be affected by that. And so, again, the mentality for her is, all right, they got one off me. It's the only one they've got off me so far. Let me do what I can to make sure they don't get anything else. Attack Alexis Haase and get out of this inning. Keep my team up by 6, still feeling good.
Well, we'll see what she's able to do here. See how she bounces back. 1-1 the count to Haase, who is 0 for 1 with a line out to right. Haley Loomis with that really nice play in right field. Pitch on its way, and this one's up and out.
Also,
scoreboard reads 3-0, Tim. Is that correct?
I guess so. Sandoval just put that up. Thought there was a strike in there.
I did as well. Well, the 3-0 grounder back up the middle, and that is a base hit on 3-0 for the catcher, Haase. And Ashland-Greenwood with 2 outs has a little something going here.
Yeah, swinging on 3-0, had to get it confirmed, but got a pitch to hit in slightly and just rolled it right back up the middle of the field. Nicely done by Haase. Middle of the infield cleared out for Beatrice, rolled it past the second base bag. Clean single to keep the line moving.
Ava Egger stands in 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. First pitch up and out, and it's 1-0.
So now you just start to get that belief a little bit if you're the Blue Jays. Like I said, I figured if somebody was going to kickstart it would be Milburn or Fisher. They were both retired relatively short order, so Dill took matters into her own hands to kickstart something. Now it's up to the rest of the line to keep it moving.
And this one hit into the gap in left. Stop sign will be put up for Haase at second. 3 straight base hits here for the Blue Jays in the 4th inning.
Look at him. Morganzano coaching at third base for Ashland-Greenwood. She's loving what she's seeing as well. She should. A little bit up in the zone, but followed very nicely by Ava Egger. Just took it where it was delivered and places it in front of McKenna Loomis in left field for a clean hit. Like you said, 3 straight against Hendricks after she'd given up just 1 hit through 3 innings.
Hoffmeister 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. First pitch is up and out, and it's 1-0.
And this brings up the question that I've been asking tonight for AG, and I'm sure it's the question that Coach Zano, we just talked about her, will be asking tonight and the rest of the year. Can we get consistent contributions from, quote, everybody else? Because they've had 5 or so excellent hitters. We talked about Milburn and Fisher being the stars. Dill has had an excellent year as well. A couple other players have contributed. They need everybody else to join that party for Ashland-Greenwood to be as steady of a team as I think Beatrice can be. Here's an opportunity.
1-1 hit into left, and this is going to load the bases. Everybody moves up a bag, and Ashland-Greenwood is 1 swing of the bat away from making this a whole new ball game.
Got a pitch to hit, and over the center of the plate, a little bit away, and again, strong hitting there from Hoffmeister, just laces it into left field. I'm surprised we don't see anything more like a protracted timeout. The catcher Harris came out a little bit more just to kind of marshal the troops than to talk to Kerrigan Hendricks. So Beatrice is counting on her to get herself out of this mess.
Second time through the order. Sometimes that's the key for hitters. We're at the bottom of the order here. Gracie Hoffmeister 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. Bases loaded, and all of this happening with 2 outs for the Blue Jays. Couple of good pitches there from Hendricks, and it's 0-2.
Easy for me to say, Jake, but the game hinges on this at bat or maybe the next one. Hendricks is able to get out of here with no more damage. Beatrice will feel great. The Blue Jays can start to string something together. They'll feel like they got a chance to come back.
The 0-2 low, and it's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Coach Zano was immediately looking over to her hitter Hoffmeister as she walked in. She saw what everybody else did in front of her. 3 clean singles. Table set for her.
Hendricks on 1 and 2. Fouled straight back.
And I've been impressed by Hendricks' demeanor. Like we said, she has not blinked after giving up a loud home run and then 3 solid singles. And she has not been cheated in this inning. AG's beat her 4 different times, and so she's taken it upon herself, and the team has given her this obligation to get herself out of this jam. They count on her.
Pitch up and out. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Hoffmeister.
Had a pitch or two to waste there. That pitch was way above the zone, so good take by Hoffmeister. I know she's got 1 or 2 more pitches to work with.
2-2. That one upstairs, and it's 3-2. So from 0-2 to 3-2. For Gary Lytle, some of this might be okay for Kerrigan Hendricks because you haven't pitched in many situations where you've had big leads, where you kind of have to work through jams.
We talked about it for Dill earlier, being in a position she's not used to. Same here.
This is a blooper into right field for a base hit. 1 run is across. A second will score as well. Egger touches home, and it's 7-3.
Throw probably needed to go to second base there. There was no chance to get the second runner coming home, but first and foremost, pitch on the outer part of the plates. And again, 4th straight hitter doing just enough for the Blue Jays, slicing it into right field. Very nicely done by Gracie Hoffmeister, plating 2 runners. You see how fired up she is about it at second base. Blue Jays not quite back in this game yet, but they have done exactly what they needed to. Dill with the Kickstarter, the laser beam solo home run was really the rev up for the engine. Everybody else is now, as we said, they've stepped up to the plate literally in this case, and they've delivered. And this will give the Blue Jays some belief that they can come back, but this inning's not quite over.
And again, all of this with 2 outs.
Great point.
Brings up J.C. Downing, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. The pitch, low and away, 1-0.
This is the type of situation I pointed out, the speed that she clearly brings to the game. When she grounded out the first time, forced a good play by Schwiezo at short to get her out. A situation like this, she can put another one on the ground, might cause some havoc at the Beatrice defense.
Pitch, that one bounces into the chest protector of Harris behind the dish.
Single and advance, by the way, for me for Gracie Hoffmeister, as that throw ended up bouncing in towards home. She
Over
took
to
second base afterwards. So again, I usually love the aggressive defense. Try to get the runner at home plate, get yourself out of the inning, prevent a run that way, sure, but throw goes to second base, then Hoffmeister does not go there automatically. I think knowing what little I know about her, she might have ended up at second base anyway with the steal, so kind of a moot point.
3-0, pitch in there for a strike, and it's 3-1.
First base open here with an excellent base runner. A walk isn't the worst thing in the world, but then again, you turn it over to the top of this order. We know how good they've been, so you need to attack Downing here and do what you can to get her out.
And Downing will indeed get the walk, and that will load the bases, and Ashland-Greenwood will bat around in this 4th inning, and it looks like Gary Lytle is going to go have a conversation with Kerrigan Hendricks. We'll step aside for 30 seconds.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Back to the top of the order, and the 9th player to come to the plate in this 4th inning, 7th with 2 outs for Ashland-Greenwood as the Blue Jays try to mount a bit of a comeback here. 7-3, Lady Orange with the lead. He's Tim Hackett. My name's Jake Bartecki. It's wonderful to have you with us on this Thursday night from Southeast Nebraska. The pitch. Up and out, and Hendricks falls behind 2-0. That seems to be, Tim, in my estimate, the biggest problem in this frame for Kerrigan Hendricks is she has gotten herself behind in the counts.
Especially over the last couple of ABs, for sure. first couple of hits in a row were early in counts. The last ones have been protracted counts, a lot of balls outside of the zone. Some of them have been by design, but not always.
2-0 call to strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. You know, it's the start of the NFL season, Tim. Who you got tonight? Eagles or Chiefs? Or Eagles or Cowboys, excuse me. My mind's already on tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're
fan.
focused on tomorrow. Can't blame you. Pretty good pitch from Hendricks. The Beatrice crowd wanted it. I don't think I'm going to be betting a lot on the Cowboys this year. Or maybe you should say betting against the Eagles. Either of those. To clear it up, I think the Eagles will probably win.
Well,
looking down at the score, who knows?
The number of Cam Jurgens fans in Beatrice are happy to hear that. The pitch. This one a grounder towards Schwezo, and she gets the transfer out to Gleason over at second. And that ends a long top of the fourth inning, I should say. All right, we're going to keep it here. We want to tell you about some exciting news at News Channel Nebraska with our friends from RMV Construction. Tonight we're featuring a project RMV Construction recently completed at Holdridge High School. RMV Construction took out the old bleachers. They replaced them with a 1,500-seat prefabricated grandstand and press box, and on top of that, the project included installing new field lighting, support utilities, and pavement to make the game day experience at Holdridge more safe, enjoyable, and accessible for the athletes, the media, the fans. All of those who visit RMV Construction is a general contractor in Kearney and Lincoln that can take care of all of your educational construction needs, including new construction, additions, and remodeling. RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Brooke Gleason will get things started for Beatrice in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Lady Orange leading the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays 7-3. Long bottom of the fourth that saw 8 batters come to the plate with 2 outs, 10 in the entire inning, Tim. That's going to wear on Kerrigan Hendricks, but I think the theme here, new pitcher in the ball game for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I imagine we might see a new pitcher for Beatrice before too long as well. It's my prediction, but we know that we will see a new pitcher here for Ashland-Greenwood. Lila Novotny will make her first appearance of the year, and that is a surprise to me. A quick timeout called here by Morganzano, giving me the opportunity to finish my thought, Jake. This is just the second time all season. Again, it's just game number 10 for AG, so plenty of things can still evolve, but just the second time all season that somebody not named Sophia Dill or Reese Fisher has stepped into the circle. They've had almost exclusively 2-girl pitching rotation. Evie Hoffmeister, that is, had one appearance where she got 2 outs and gave up 6 runs. Every other out this year has been recorded by either Dill or Fisher, and they've both been excellent to this point of the year. So turn the page over to Novotny. I imagine this was part of the plan. Once you go down 7-0, then you look up and all of a sudden it's a much closer game now. It's 7-3, but you're still down big if you're Coach Zano and AG, so you need a new arm to keep Dill fresh a little bit, but also give her some experience in a low leverage situation.
1 ball, no strikes the count to Brooke Gleason. The numbers on Dill, she goes 3 innings, allowing 7 runs on 10 hits. 5 of those runs coming earned. She struck out 3, and 2 of those were surprisingly to Tatum Templemeyer. And now we got a stoppage here as well. Didn't see what that was for, Tim.
Foul hit somebody, I believe.
That hit the umpire, possibly?
Thought so. That's what
Catcher.
I thought.
No, looks like it might have caught.
I was looking around at some defensive changes for AG, so I didn't see where the ball came in. There are a couple. Novotny was in the flex at first base, and so they will move their DP, Ava Egger, into play second. The previous pitcher, Sophia Dill, is now at first, and I don't see Paisley Strode right now. She was the starting second baseman.
Gleason chops one into the chest of Milburn. The throw on to first. I think it would have been safe anyways, but it pops out of the glove of Dill over at first. And another error hit debate right there.
I think it's a hit. I mean, hard chopper to shortstop. Well fielded by the body of Ellie Milburn at shortstop. You get a good look at it there. Bounced right up into her waist. And then a bit of a high throw, but then it pops out of the glove of Dill. But I think you called it right at the as it happened, Jake. I think she beats it out even if Dill's able to snag it. It's an infield hit for me.
And Gleason will head down to second and get there safely. Feet first slide.
Yeah, I was about to say she's safe at first, but didn't stay there very long. Had designs on second base immediately. Got a new pitcher-catcher combination, new pitcher period for AG. See what she can do in the run game, but Beatrice, after they see their lead dwindle, right, down from 7 to 4, happy to be aggressive on the base pass with the meat of the order coming up.
Lady Orange surrendering 3 runs in that 4th inning, all with 2 outs. Sadie Harris takes that one off the plate, and she's ahead 2-0. 2 for 2 tonight with a homer and an infield single. She homered for the 5th time tonight. And in doing so, Sadie picks up RBI number 9 on the season. The 1-0 up and out, or excuse me, the 2-0 up and out, and it's 3-0.
3 players that are among Class B's leader in home runs. They're all tied for that spot. They all had 4 home runs coming in tonight, and Harris, Fisher, and Milburn. Harris the only one that is added to that total.
Oh, they called that a strike, Tim. My mistake.
Interesting.
Again, we don't have the greatest of angles from here, but 2-1 the count as Harris lines this one into center, and it's a 3-hit night for the Beatrice starting catcher. Gary Lytle sends Brooke Gleason to home, and she slides in safely, and Beatrice leads at 8-3.
Well, Harris has proven tonight that she can do it all. I mean, crushed a home run, her first AB, second pitch that she saw. Novotny places that one on the outside edge of the zone, maybe even a little wide, and Harris had to reach that bat out full extension to just slice it back into center field. Good adjustments, solid hits. Tack on another one for Beatrice.
Double-digit RBIs this season for Sadie Harris. There you see a courtesy runner for Beatrice coming in here for Sadie Harris. 8-3 in favor of the Lady Orange. Brings up Callie Schwiezo. 1 for 1, reached on an error, scored a run in the 3rd, and that was a costly one.
Sure.
Hoffmeister in left, let the ball pop out of her glove. Schwiezo digging hard for 3rd, got there safely, and kick-started a 4-run inning for Beatrice for such strike.
It has to be such a weird game for Ashland-Greenwood because they did such good work in that previous half inning. Obviously had some success, scored some runs. You look up and you think, man, we're still down 7-3, even after all of that. And now they're down 8-3. So it's incumbent upon Lila Novotny and company to keep this deficit right where it is, and that's clearly the marching orders for this righty in her first appearance of the year.
And again, far as our stats indicate, first appearance of the season for Novotny as well. So this is all somewhat new to her.
Sure.
Playing on the road, facing a state championship roster. Obviously, Beatrice bringing just about everybody back from a year ago.
Not an easy task, don't get me wrong.
The 0-2. That one fouled off, and the count remains 0-2 to Callie Schwiezo. Triathlete for the Lady Orange, good basketball player as well. You might have seen her in some other News Channel Nebraska broadcasts. 0-2. Swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt, and Schwiezo's going to beat it out. Talk about a hustle play. Callie Schwiezo might get the hustle award tonight. She stays with that play in left field that got her to 3rd base on the air, and she beats out a throw after a strikeout to get aboard.
Well, it feels tough for Lila Novotny. You get your first strikeout of the year, and then you end up giving up a base runner on it. A pitch that tucks away from the catcher. Hossie should be a strikeout wild pitch. And And Beatrice has runners on the corners now ahead of Jada Berkey. So you get the swing and miss that you're looking for.
Right.
If you're Novotny.
And still nobody out.
Yeah, exactly. You get an empty cut for Schwiezo to pitch the tail the way. So you get what you want, but you end up placing it in the dirt.
Pitch to Jada Berkey. Tonight's designated player is a swing and a miss. And Schwiezo heads down to second, gets there easily. No throw as well.
It's interesting because Schwiezo was just walking it, and then the throw came in from Haase, but back to the pitcher.
Pitch. Ground ball hit towards third. They're going to go to first, but heading home and getting there safely and scoring for the Lady Oranges, Miley Loomis, and it's 9-3.
Well, Fisher did the first part of that right. I mean, she just looked over her shoulder, soft ground ball hit right to her, and you see it there. She looked over her right shoulder, looked at the base runner, forced her to go back to third, and made the throw over to first, but a runner Loomis is just way too fast. I mean, honestly, expertly done all across the board by Beatrice and the trail runner. Like you just pointed out, Schwiezo, great hustle. She gets to third easily as well. So smart move by Dill at first to try to go home, but she had no chance to get the runner coming to the plate.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah, Beatrice will take that trade every day, especially in this situation. And you see your lead dwindle. I'm using air quotes on that from 7-0 down to 7-3, but you start to feel like you're a little bit more on unsteady ground. I think that's fair to say, but I mean, they've now bled across 2 more runs back in this inning, and all of a sudden you're feeling a whole lot better about yourself, back up by 6.
9-3 in favor of the Lady Orange. Couple of more runs here, and you're entering run rule territory, which did not seem very likely just a half inning ago, but another run scores here. Callie Schwiezo comes in on the RBI base knock by Antones.
Antones has had a nice night, no doubt about it. He places this just inside that left field line. We mentioned Milburn and Fisher, the star players for AG. I mean, they've had their work cut out for them on that right side of the defense behind their 2 pitchers. I mean, no chance for Fisher, playing in slightly and just rolled past her right foot up the left field line and in for Antone's third base hit of the day.
And here is Kerrigan Henricks, who has been the player of the game for Beatrice, not only on the mound, but also at the plate. 2 for 2 at the dish with a double and a homer. 4 RBIs in the ball game. She takes a first pitch strike here.
Well, you can rest slightly assured that she can't end the game right here, but she can get Beatrice on the precipice.
Right.
Or is it 8 after 4? I'll have to double check. I wasn't expecting to have to be up.
I think it would be
up
after
to date.
5.
Is it after 5?
After 5.
It's 10 after 4, I believe, is the.
We'd have to check.
Ashland-Greenwood
knows. You don't see run rules all that often.
No, I mean, well, unless you're Ashland-Greenwood and you won your last 3 games by a combined score of 34-1 and haven't needed to play past 5 innings in any of those. So it is 10 after 5.
Yeah, we just got confirmation. 10 after 5. Here's a ground ball hit towards second. They'll get the out there.
All right.
And Henricks will reach first on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 gone.
Heads-up play by Reese Fisher to get the force out there. It was not an easy play. I mean, slow roller hit by Henricks, but I figured that would be an easy 5-3, but smartly done by Fisher to understand the situation and turn around and get the lead runner. Well done.
10-3 the score. Beatrice with a 7-run advantage, and that one's cut on and missed for a strike by Layla Boyko, 0-1.
Well, admittedly, as I just proved, Jake, I don't have my Nebraska high school softball run rule memorized, and that's because I never expected we would even use that term in this game. I don't think we will. I don't think it'll come into play, but the fact that it's even in the forefront of the conversation tonight is stunning, to say the least.
It's 8 after 6 as well, so that's to keep note of.
Okay.
Wild pitch will move Kerrigan Henricks over to second. Layla Boyko at the plate. And we do have a courtesy runner in the form of Jordan Krause as well for Kerrigan Henricks.
Same runner that came in for Kerrigan when she was on second base the last time.
Yep. 10-3 Beatrice. Feels like a football score between the Orangemen and the Blue Jays on a softball night on News Channel Nebraska.
You take that, wouldn't you? 10-3.
I would.
Beatrice leading football.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 10-3 in favor of the Lady Orange. The pitch to Boyko. Called strike 3, and that ends the inning. Beatrice plates another 3, gets those runs back, and they're back up by 7 as we head to the 5th.
It's Schaefer's Labor Day Savings Event. Take advantage of store-wide savings, interest-free financing, and special Labor Day cashback rebates. Don't turn up the TV, turn down the dishwasher with a new Quiet KitchenAid. Super cleaning performance and features make KitchenAid stand out. And at Schaefer's, save $400 on this 3-rack stainless dishwasher and get free local installation. Hurry in for the Labor Day Savings Event going on now at Schaefer's, 48th and R. Lincoln.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Our 5th inning tonight brought to you in part by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction. Kerrigan Hendricks retakes the mound with a 7-run lead once again, and it'll be Milburn, Fisher, and Sophia Dill due up for the Blue Jays. He's Tim Hackett. My name's Jake Bartecki. Great to have you with us. It's been an interesting ball game. Beatrice has been on at times. We've seen flashes from Ashland-Greenwood, Tim. I think these are teams that are going to be factors moving forward the next few years.
I don't think there's any question about it. And they hope to be factors later this year as well. Maybe we see this matchup later on in the year as well. You never know. But that is the mission, I think, for both of these teams. And I was listening to an interview that Morgan Zano did at the start of the year. She said their team's identity this year, their key word is elevate. So continue to get better, and you mentioned the word standard. Beatrice has become the standard for softball success, and they've worked to that. It's not like it's just happened. They have made themselves into the standard here, and AG trying to do the same thing.
This one popped straight away center. Tatum Templemeyer under it for out number 1.
Ironically, this is the part of the lineup that led things off for AG in the last inning, the inning in which they finally broke the dam against Kerrigan Hendricks, but this isn't the part of the lineup that actually did that damage. She retired Milburn and Fisher, both in relatively short order, and then as you well pointed out, all the damage done with 2 outs after the loud home run by Sophia Dill.
The pitch on its way. That went in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, it's rare to see that Milburn and Fisher are combined 0 for 5. I put it to you that doesn't happen much at all for those two in their high school careers.
Dill, a home run an inning ago. Fisher cut on and missed on one of those, and now its count moves to 0-2. The 0-2. This one in the dirt. Nice block behind the plate by Sadie Harris. Keep that in front of her, 1-2.
Fisher took the first pitch at the bottom of the zone, I guess, and then ready to rip on the second one. And then good change in thought process, knowing that Hendricks has some pitches that she could waste, was not ready to swing on that last one.
This one's hit well towards left center at the track, at the wall. Templemeyer unable to make the grab, and Reese Fisher goes deep, and it's a 10-4 ball game.
Templemeyer gave that a run. I'm not sure if she ended up forcing it over the fence herself, but it definitely hit her glove on the way out. Fisher will take it. The Blue Jays certainly will as well. Get another good look at it here on your instant replay. See if it goes off the glove and over.
Sure does.
I'm not sure. I brought it up because I wasn't sure if it goes over the fence otherwise, which is a tough reality for any outfielder.
You think that doesn't go over the fence?
It's close.
Man, I feel like she was reaching over.
Based on
Either
where
way,
the
it's
ball
a home
is coming
run.
down, I don't think it's a sure thing. Yeah, I mean, either way, the result clear what happens at the end of it. And Fisher will take it. It's her 5th home run of the season. Like we said, she's one of the class's leaders in that department. Elite slug percentage as well. Both she and Milburn were in the state leaderboards in those categories last year as well. So this isn't just early third of the season fluke for these two guys. Those two gals have done this and done it together for a long time. You get a little bit of a taste finally of what Reese Fisher can do.
The 1-0. That one low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Sophia Dill, as we mentioned a moment ago, she has a homer to her life tonight. She's had a good night at the plate. 2 for 2 with a double and a homer. Pitch from Hendricks. Swing and a miss. 2-1.
Increased the velocity on that one. Blew it past Dill for the strike.
2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 to Sophia Dill. That was a nice, almost looked like a drop ball there from Kerrigan Hendricks.
Tip below the zone. Again, she got her swing and a miss on the elevated rise on the previous pitch, and then dip below the zone on that one to level the counts. I mean, she's got everything at her disposal here.
The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. The throw down to first is in plenty of time, and Kerrigan Hendricks with her first strikeout since the 3rd inning, and it's the 6th of the ball game for her.
That'll feel good because Dill has got her twice with that double and home run, like you said. No doubt about either of those. 2 solid, very solid pieces of contact. And Hendricks gets some revenge, ties her up with that changeup, 3 straight swings and misses to punch her out and retire her for the first time.
Watch this. Haase drives one towards right field. Loomis is there, and she secures it for the 3rd out of the inning. A much quicker 5th inning than was the 4th when Ashland-Greenwood went to the plate, but they put up another run. Reese Fisher with her 5th homer of the season makes it 10-4.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
We welcome you back to Hannibal Park. And there's a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Friday night, it'll be Wayne and Cedar Catholic in our north broadcast. Kearney Grand Island for the south side. Both of those 6:45 broadcast times. Saturday, college football day, not only in Lincoln, but also in Kearney. Kearney Shadron State, always a fun one. And then next Thursday, we've got Elkhorn South, Lincoln North Star, a couple of Class A teams. Our first Class A broadcast of that week, and then Boone Central, Battle Creek on Friday. That's a look at our upcoming News Channel Nebraska broadcast schedule. Haley Loomis stands in, 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout and a pop-up to shortstop, and the first pitch to Loomis is taken for a strike, 0-1.
Busy time of year for you and for me, but also for all the people behind the scenes. You get a look at just what's coming up, but that doesn't show you everything that has come in the past couple of weeks for all these folks that are involved in putting these broadcasts together. A lot of miles put on the vehicles, the production trucks and otherwise. Not an easy gig by any means, and a lot of work has been asked for and put in by the folks that put all these broadcasts together. So big shout out to all of them.
0-2 the count. Ground ball hit towards third. The throw to Dill in time for out number 1. So back to the top of the order. I think the biggest surprise of the night has been the struggles at the plate for Tatum Templemeyer. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts Again, she's the hero of the state championship last year for Beatrice. Drove in that winning run. Definitely the hottest bat at that time of the year as well for Beatrice. Just hasn't been there tonight. We'll see if that changes here in the fifth.
Well, she's 0 for 3. Lewis just grounded out. She's 0 for 3. And they're the only players that haven't reached so far tonight for Beatrice. And if the Lady Orange are able to get out of here with a win, they'll be more than happy about that. But, you know, they'd love to contribute. Like we said, hitting is contagious. And you see some of your teammates have success, period, or certainly have success against a particular pitcher or a particular team. That then motivates you, gives you the belief, whether it's valid or not, that you can have some success as well. So I'm sure 1 and 9 of the order are thinking, all right, everybody else has done something. That means I can do it too.
The 1-1 becomes 1-2 as Templemeyer swings through a changeup. Again, Lila Novotny with her first appearance of the season tonight in relief of Sophia Dill. The 1-2 swung on and missed. The hat trick for Tatum Templemeyer, but not one of the hat tricks you want to have. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, surprised to say the least, and that'll feel good for Novotny. Will feel tough for Templemeyer, but again, she's going to look up and say, all right, my team scored 10 runs, and me in the top of the order, I'm 0 for 4. Not something that you would expect if you're Gary Lytle or Beatrice, but something on this night that you will take and be happy with.
First pitch to Brooke Leeson, high into the night sky, hooking foul in right field, 0-1.
You mentioned Novotny. I used this term earlier, and she's coming in this game. I love this expression when you're talking about relievers and bullpen usage, if you want to talk about that for high school softball, but this is not a soft landing spot by any means because Beatrice is an excellent team, reigning state champions, all of that. But this is a low-leverage situation. Give Novotny the opportunity and the leash to just go out there and show what you can do. Hasn't had the opportunity to do that, as to our knowledge, in a varsity game so far this year. So her first inning didn't go the way that she wanted, but you got nothing to lose if you're AG at this point. Just let her roll.
0-2 the count to Brooke Leeson. Pitch on its way, and that's a base hit into left field. Brooke Leeson with a couple of base knocks in her last couple of at-bats, and a 2-out base runner here for the Lady Orange in the fifth.
Something we've seen consistently from Beatrice tonight, and indeed this season, loud contacts. Very well hit, barreled up by Brooke Leeson, and just lasered into left field. You said 2 straight hits for her. 2 out, knock keeps the line moving ahead of Sadie Harrith, who's been perfect so far tonight.
Brings up Harrith, as Tim mentioned. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs with a homer. The pitch. Runner heads down for second. That's Gleason. She's there with her second stolen bag of the night. Second in as many trips to the base paths as well.
I'll give Haase some credit because I didn't think that, based on how Gleason took off of first base, I didn't think that AG would have a chance. Haase made it fairly close, but the throw in front of the bag.
This one hit well into straightaway center. That's off the fence. And that'll score a run for Beatrice. Make it now 11-4, Lady O.
4th hit of the night for Sadie Harrith. Cranks this. Look, I mean, right down the center of your picture, right up the middle of the field. New center fielder Gracie Hoffmeister turned and saw it go over her left shoulder and back to the fence. You can only hope to contain Sadie Harrith. You're just glad if you're the Blue Jays that stayed in the park, but still deep enough for a clear RBI double, her 4th hit of the night.
Season high, 3 RBIs for Harrith, as we have a courtesy runner on the field as well. Again, it's Loomis. Callie Schwizo to the plate with 2 outs. Beatrice leads at 11-4. Beatrice with a chance to run rule the ball game here. Ground ball, that is going to keep the runner on the base paths. Loomis gets back in time. Runners on the corners.
Well, smartly done by Ellie Milburn at shortstop. We've seen this a couple of times from each team, but the slow roller right up the middle, you're not going to get the runner going to first, the batter runner in Schwizo. And so Milburn, full dive to get the ball, keep the ball in front of her, prevent it from rolling into center field, which is critical, as you just pointed out. And she turns around and looks over to third, sees the runner getting a little bit cheeky there, throws her back over there, makes sure she can't come home.
Pitch to Jada Berkey here. To Jada Berkey, fouled off, 0-1.
Little plays like that. I mean, it might not win Ashland-Greenwood this game. Obviously, they're down 11-4, but they make a big difference in specific innings and can certainly contribute to winning games in the future. Smart play at shortstop by the veteran Ellie Milburn.
0-1. This one is down in front of the right fielder Hoffmeister. That scores a run, and Beatrice leads it 12-4. That's your run rule win for the Lady Orange. Tim, I didn't think we were going to see a run rule tonight, but that's why we're the broadcasters.
Not what we would have expected tonight at all with the pedigree of this matchup, but Beatrice shows tonight what they are capable of. Real true team performance, gets contributions from almost everybody in the lineup. Solid pitching performance overall by Kerrigan Hendricks. And you used this word earlier, Jake, a statement win for Beatrice against a high-quality, experienced Ashland-Greenwood team that's got a good pedigree of their own. Beatrice with an impressive win.
All right, stick around. Our post-game is coming up. Brought to you in part by Custom Sports. From screen-printed T-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSports.com. Our player of the game also brought to you in part by Nebraska Orthopedic Sports Center. That's coming up right after this. Beatrice wins it 12-4.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Plumbing needs attention? Trust the experts at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. No matter the size of the job, John Henry's brings extensive expertise to handle everything your home's plumbing system requires. So whether your drain is clogged, your water heater needs an upgrade, or you want to remodel your kitchen or bathroom, we're here for you. Reach out to us today and discover why, since 1996, we've proudly served families as the most reliable plumbing company in the Lincoln area. John Henry's, our family serving yours since 1996.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the Trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the Trainer.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
A 4 win for the Beatrice Lady Orange over Ashland-Greenwood tonight on News Channel Nebraska. Here's the man who helped make it happen, Gary Lytle, head coach for Beatrice. Coach, take me through that one. Obviously, you guys were in full control. Let Kerrigan get a little bit of reps in there, under a little bit of pressure. Take me through your mindset.
Yeah, she threw a pretty good game. We got into a situation where, had bases loaded and they had a chance to do some damage. And, it's just one of those deals where, we need to have our pitchers be able to work through those things and handle the pressure situations. And, she got out of that. And then, the next inning we thought about saving her just to have her ready for Saturday, but had some really good hitters coming up and we wanted her to go out and face them. And, one of them touched her a little bit, but the other one she did a good job on. So that's what we were looking for.
You guys are now 7-3 to start the season. We talked about this before the season began. You guys have had a tough schedule to start the year. To have a win like this sort of felt like a statement win. How good is that for your team?
Yeah, the bats came alive, and we did a lot of good things tonight, and it does feel well. Ashland-Greenwood's a good team; they're coached well, so it feels really good to be able to walk out of here with a 12-4 win.
Tell me a little bit more about our player of the game here, Kerrigan Hendricks. Not only tonight, but what she's brought to this program. Obviously helped the state championship a year ago, but within her 2 years.
Kerrigan's, she does a lot for us. As far as pitching, she comes out and she gives us, we kind of got the three-headed dragon with her and Layla and Jada, and they do a really good job working off of each other and helping each other out. And so she's valuable there. At first base, she does a good job handling the ball. She's got great leadership, where she communicates with the girls and helps keep everybody up. And as far as the bat goes, she came alive a little bit tonight. Balanced out a little bit, got neutral in her stance, and really drove the ball a couple times. So she's another player in a good group of kids, and she really likes the challenges that we throw at her. So great kid to have on the team.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
We'll bring in our player of the game now, Kerrigan Hendricks, the junior starting pitcher for tonight. Scores the win on the mound, 5 RBIs at the plate with a home run. Take me through what was working for you tonight.
Hitting or pitching, or both?
Both. It was you had a night all around, so tell me a little bit about both.
Well, I guess I was able to start off the game on the circle, and I feel like we really came out those first 2 innings, and we just kind of gave it to them, shut them down on defense, really not giving up a run and then coming back and scoring. And then offensively for me, I was just really focused on seeing the ball. I really wanted to stay calm in my swing, and like Gary said, I kind of neutraled out and was able to put one over.
How much confidence is this team playing with? Obviously, you went down to Kansas City and played some very good teams. You came back and went on the road and beat a Wahoo team on short rest. You only have so many home games. You guys seem pretty confident tonight.
Yeah, I feel like we're just really in a good spot where, like, we don't get worn out. We get worn in. And, you know, we're a team that, like, the season gets going and we get more excited. We get gritty. We get excited. Because we get excited for the postseason. And we want to earn that postseason, and we want to go kick butt when we get there.
What is going to be the key to, because obviously you guys will probably find the postseason again, but what's the key going to be to try to repeat, which, as you said earlier this season, is something you've had a dream to do?
Never settle. We can't settle. We can't be happy with what we do. We can never be satisfied. And we talked about that tonight. Like, even though we had that 7-0 lead, we weren't satisfied. We wanted more. Honestly, some of us, we wanted to get that game. We wanted to score 5 more and get that game over in 3. So, like, it's one of those, never be satisfied, and we want more. You never want to be done.
All right, well, there you heard it from our player of the game, Kerrigan Hendricks, and head coach Gary Lytle. Kerrigan, congratulations on the win. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We'll send it back over to the booth on the third base side where Tim Hackett has our top plays to wrap this one up. Tim?
Thanks so much, Jake. Very well done, as always. Beatrice puts the finishing touches on a 12-4 run rule win over Ashland-Greenwood. A matchup of two teams that came into tonight at 6-3, both with some state championship pedigree. And tonight, all Lady Orange from the third inning on. Southeast Nebraska, the site of this Thursday night softball showcase. Beatrice versus Ashland-Greenwood. Pair of teams that came into tonight at 6-3. AG state champions 2 years ago. Beatrice state champions last year. And let's see what the matchup here in 2025 will bring. To the bottom of the first inning, the Lady Orange got things started early. Blue Jay starting pitcher Sophia Dill had only given up 1 earned run all season. That's the second. A solo home run by Beatrice catcher Sadie Harris, getting the scoring started on just one swing. 1-0 Beatrice in the bottom of the first inning. Flash forward to the bottom of the second, another long ball. This one courtesy of Kerrigan Hendricks, a no-doubter to left center, a 2-run shot this time, and Beatrice quickly adds to that lead, making it 3-0 after 2. Hendricks rock solid on the mound as well for the Lady Orange tonight, but it was all about the Beatrice offense. After going up 3-0, courtesy of those 2 home runs, they start to pile on in the bottom of the third. Leadoff single by Harris, and then a ball dropped in left field allowed Callie Schweizer to get on base, and they steadily add to it. 7-0 Beatrice after 3. Ashland-Greenwood, though, started to rally back in the fourth after Kerrigan Hendricks gave up just 1 base runner through 3. Sophia Dill, the aforementioned starting pitcher, helps her own cause with a no-doubt solo home run of her own to dead center to get the Blue Jays on the board in the fourth inning. They would not stop there in that frame. They mounted 2-out rally against Hendricks and the Lady Orange, stringing together single after single after single after single. 4 hits in a row, all with 2 outs. This one coming from Gracie Hoffmeister to plate 2 more runs for the Blue Jays. She ends up at second base with some heads-up base running. 4 straight singles from Ashland-Greenwood after the solo home run by Sophia Dill. You look up, and it's 7-3. But Beatrice counters right back. They score a couple more runs in the fourth inning. 3, in fact, on 3 hits. Leadoff single by Brooke Gleason. Another base hit by Sadie Harris. Wild pitch brought in a run, and then Tana Antones with that hit, her third hit of the day, to make it 9-3, and then eventually 10-3. Ashland-Greenwood fights back. Star third baseman Reese Fisher, future Midland Warrior, with the home run off of the glove of Tatum Templemeyer in center field. Solo shot for her team leading 5th home run of the season. The Blue Jays pull one back and make it 10-4, but Beatrice on the precipice as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jada Berkey with a line shot to right field, just in front of the Blue Jay right fielder. Callie Schweizer score. Check it, Sadie Harris was the runner that played represented the winning run for Beatrice. She had an RBI double, and then her courtesy runner scored the game-winning run. An early end to the night as Beatrice pulls off the 12-4 win in just 5 innings. 12 runs on 17 hits for Beatrice in the ball game. An impressive showing from the Lady Orange, a matchup of 2 teams that have won state championships in recent seasons. But tonight, it's Beatrice that pulls off the run rule win. Your final score, Beatrice 12-4 over Ashland-Greenwood in 5 innings. We'll take one more look at what's coming up next here on News Channel Nebraska. 2 broadcasts coming your way tomorrow night, depending on where in the state you live. Cedar Catholic versus Wayne on the north side of the state. Grand Island versus Kearney on the south side of the state. Those broadcasts both start at 6:45. And then college football takes center stage on Saturday night, an in-state showdown at the D2 level as Chadron State takes on Nebraska Kearney. That's at Saturday, starting at 6:45. And then flashing forward to what's coming up next week here on NCN, a week from tonight. Elkhorn South versus Lincoln North Star. Class A showdown next Thursday, September the 11th, starting at 6:45. And then next Friday, it's Boone Central versus Battle Creek. That's what's coming up next here on NCN. A little bit more work to be done by all the folks that have made this broadcast possible. They've done a lot over the last couple of weeks, including putting this broadcast here together tonight. Many thanks to everybody involved for making this thing happen, our producers and our directors, Connor, Paul, and Danny, and everybody else on the crew. And one final thanks to my partner, Jake Bartecki, for having me alongside tonight. For all of them and for all of us here at News Channel Nebraska, this is Tim Hackett saying thank you so much for watching tonight, wherever you've been watching from. Softball showcase in Southeast Nebraska. It's Beatrice with the run rule win. Your final score, the reigning Class B state champs, they defeat Ashland-Greenwood 12-4. in 5 innings. We'll see you next time. Until then, so long from Beatrice, Nebraska.